Hey everyone, and welcome back. I know it's getting to be a bit much doing some videos on this Ranger radio, but I just wanted to give you the actual sample of noise that I'm getting in this radio on AM. Turn the volume up just slightly. As you can see, we're at about 20 over here. Signal. Now if I switch to sideband, upper sideband and lower sideband, signal dissipates. Pretty well gone actually, and the radio is very functional. As you can see, the noise blinker and the A&L is on. Turn it off on sideband. A little bit more noise. The noise blinker actually works on sideband. You hear that? Just listen to this on sideband. This is upper sideband. Turn it all off. A&L and NB. Turn on the A&L. No difference. Turn on the NB, noise blinker. So the noise blinker is working. But on AM, it's a catastrophe in the signal department, as you can see. Now I'm going to switch over to the 2510. Turn my antenna switcher over to the 2510 and give you a sample of how the 2510 is doing in the filtering department. So we'll just I got it on a tripod here, try to keep things still. And so we'll go to channel 20 for comparative notes, and we're on AM. And let's see what we have. Okay, that's AM. Now watch when I take off the noise blinker. So the noise blinker works absolutely efficiently on the 2510. This is sideband, lower sideband, off and on. So, to that end, I'm going to consider that the filter in this radio is not going to be able to filter out the noise. So now I have to find where the noise is coming from. And it's not all the time, but it certainly is getting more frequent, it seems. I'm going to switch back over to the Ranger on the antenna. And as you can see, it's there. I turn the squelch. It's actually up on 9. At 9 o'clock, the squelch, to get rid of the noise. So, as you know, these radios, internally, they have a power supply over in this section here. Big long power supply, switching power supply, and it is, you got to pull apart the whole radio to power it up. There's no external plug. So what I'm going to do, instead of taking the lid off of this, I'm going to go get my generator and hook it up and run a cord into the room here. Plug the radio into the generator. I know that's not something you should do with electronics, but just for a short period of time. And then I'm going to kill the power in the house to determine if it is something in the house that's causing this problem. It's going to be a very brief test. So stand by. I'm going to hook up a generator and kill the power in the house. Okay, I have the generator hooked up outside and a cord run into the radio room here, and I have the radio plugged into the generator. Just a brief test here. I'm going to power on and see if the noise is gone. And there you have it. So the issue is exterior to the home. So that's going to be very interesting. A couple of things I want to do now. I'm going to power off the radio. I am going to change my coax cable to a big cable. I have, I think I have some here. Yes, I do. I bought about 45 feet. Good Lord. There we are. 45 feet of this big cable. Excuse the that specific, fantastic aerobatics. This here cable is RG8U 95% braided. Where does it say? 13 AWG. Lord, there's a lot of information on this. I didn't realize it was all that, but the information braided. Let me find another spot here. Here we go. Let's see if we can read this. Sorry, folks. 5009 ARG8U 95% braid shield 13 AWG. Oh, and it just goes on and on with other information. So I'm hoping that by changing this out with bigger cable and actually grounding my antenna. My antenna is only grounded because the mast is stuck into the ground, maybe about 6 inches. So I'm going to ground my mast. The antenna, of course, is grounded to the mast with the clamps. So I'm going to try the first grounding I'm going to try after I get the cable on, or maybe even before, is I'm just going to run 2 9-foot wires. That was what was recommended, and kind of bury them in the ground, maybe a couple inches, drive them down. I believe it's called a counterpoise. I'm going to give that a try, but in the meantime, it's pretty vicious noise, and it's getting more frequent. So I'd like to be able to resolve that noise on this radio. So stand by probably for another video when I get the cable on and the ground on. Maybe the ground first, and then I'll do the cable after that, so I can actually determine what's working and what's not. Thanks for watching. Well, I decided to do a quick counterpoise wiring situation. I've taken a water clamp and I've cleaned off the pipe. I've taken some 12 gauge stranded wire here, and I ran it 9 foot that way and 9 foot that way, and it's grounded to the mast of the pipe. And we're going to see now if that takes care of some of or all of the noise. If this works, I will take this wire and just cut the sod and bury it underneath so it won't be in the way and won't be so cumbersome. So stand by and see what happens. Okay, as you can see, I'm still receiving the same amount of QRM. It's pretty nasty. So the counterpoise didn't work. I will leave the counterpoise in place because it's not going to hurt, I don't suppose. I'll go out with a shovel now and just sink the wire underneath the sod and give it a little bit more of a chance to actually work as a counterpoise in the ground. So I think that'll be all for today. I won't be changing out my cable and my coax. I have to drop the antenna for that, I think, because it's a bit too high. It's 15 feet in the air, and I just can't reach it safely by getting on the roof and going to the mast. So thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned for another video sometime when I get the cable changed out. I'm going to measure it and I'll make sure I have enough. I think it's 45 feet. I just need to go to the antenna switcher, and from there I can go with smaller cable inside the house, which is only from the antenna switch to the radios are only about maybe 8 to 10 feet. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another video.